Hey everyone, welcome back, or welcome if you're new. I'm Manda from Manda the Biblio, and today we are filming my PokeManda announcement for February's Pokemon. If you don't know what PokeManda is, it is a reading challenge that I decided to host this year, and currently we are going to be working our way through the first generation of Pokemon. Every month I am going to be releasing the prompts for approximately 12-ish Pokemon. Some months I have to do more, some months I do less. It just depends on where the evolutions leave off. I do have a main announcement video that kind of goes over all this stuff, but I will have that linked up above and in the description if you want to check it out. There are 3 ways to do it. It's all explained there, but today we will be going over Weedle, Kakuna, Beedrill, Pidgey, Pidgeotto, Pidgeot. Every time I say that, I want to be like Rattata, however you pronounce it. Raticate, Spearow, Fearow, Ekans, and Arbok. So it will be from 13 to 24. We're still having 12. You do not need to do all of these in the month of February. It's just when I'm announcing it. You can backtrack. If you have a book that fit one of the prompts that you read in January, feel free to count it. You know, it's just when I'm announcing it, so I don't have to come up with and announce 150 Pokemon in one go. 151. So we're just going to get into this. If you have any questions, feel free to consult that video or ask in the comments, ask in Discord. There's a channel in the Next Chapter Discord where we discuss all the things. So starting out with Weedle. For the reading prompt, you will be finishing a book that you started previously. This can be one that you started in January and just didn't finish, one you started in 2025 and never finished. You do not need to restart it, but if you would like to, you can. That would totally count as well. If you watched the show, the original Pokemon, you know that Ash attempted to catch a Weedle and ended up getting distracted and he missed out on it, like snuck away. So he did not get back to catching the Weedle that I remember, but you can get back to reading the book. For the shiny prompt, it's along those same lines of going back and finishing something. Finish a task that you've been meaning to finish. So something that you got started on and just never finished, pick it back up again and finish it. So just remember that with the shiny prompts, you have to do those after starting the reading prompt for that Pokemon. Finishing the task that you've been meaning to finish needs to be done after you start reading the book that you started previously, after you pick it back up again. I feel like I'm probably missing a ton of information and I'm sorry. I'm a mess. But the next prompt is for Kakuna. For this one, it's to read a book with some form of protection on the cover. This can be a weapon, a character that protects another character in the book, or even a jacket that protects you from the cold. Just something that protects something else. And the shiny prompt is to cozy up in a nice blanket cocoon. Cocoon. I'm clever. You don't necessarily need to read during this. You can listen to music, watch a movie, whatever. Just wrap yourself up in a cocoon and do something. Or do nothing. It's up to you. The next prompt is for Beedrill, and that is to read a book where danger is a big part of the story. Beedrill is dangerous. So this could be a horror or a thriller or even a fantasy that has like a big war in it. Alright, the baby woke up, so she is currently eating, so sorry if you can hear any of those noises. The shiny prompt for this is to do something scary. So again, Beedrill's scary, so do that thing that scares you. This can be even just watching a movie, like a horror movie, or it can be something bigger than that. Just something that's been scaring you that you want to do. Get it done. The next prompt is for Pidgey. So the reading prompt for this is to read a book that has little to no fighting in it. Pidgey really tries to avoid fighting at all costs, so now's time to read a book that has no fighting, or at least a little bit of fighting, not much. And the shiny prompt is to try something again. So if you watch the show, again, Ash tried to catch a Pidgey, but he ended up failing because Pikachu still wasn't listening to him. So now is the time for you to revisit something that you tried to do before, but for whatever reason, it just didn't work out. So say you try to, in my case, bring your blog back, and it just hasn't been working out for you. Now's the time to do it. The next prompt is for Pidgeotto, and for that it is to read a book with a protective character. Pidgeotto is super territorial, so read a book that has a character that is kind of the same way. This can be a dark romance where someone gets very protective. It can be a fantasy where a parent is trying to protect their child from something, whatever it may be. And then to go along with that, protect your peace. This can mean whatever you want it to mean. This can be choosing to stay home from an activity that you were kind of dreading, or it can be as simple as just kind of taking the day off from cleaning your house, just kind of doing a self-care day instead of cleaning your entire house. Next up, we have Pidgeot. So for this one, the reading prompt is to read a book where flying happens. Whether it be like dragons in an airplane, angels and demons that have wings, fae that have wings, flying just needs to happen at some point. And the shiny prompt is to get dressed up. This does not have to be you getting fully like dressed up in a dress or a suit, but if you want to do that, feel free to. I'm not telling you how to live your life. This could just be, instead of staying in your pajama pants all day, just putting on an outfit. That's probably what mine's gonna be. I really want to get into the habit of actually getting dressed in the morning because people claim it's motivating, so we'll see. Next up we have Rattata. Pretty sure it's Rattata. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. But the reading prompt is to read a book that has multiple covers. So if you don't know, Rattata has an Alolan form, so it felt fitting to choose a book that has multiple covers. This can be a special edition. It can be that different countries have different covers. It can be a cover change, a movie tie-in, just any form of at least a secondary cover. It counts. And then for the shiny prompt, we have a snack. And I feel like I've done this already, but I don't think so. I don't know. If any of the prompts repeat, it's fine. We're just gonna ignore it. But Rattata is always looking for food and things to bite, so now's the time to get yourself a little snack. If you don't snack throughout the day, feel free to count a drink or a dessert, or you can just count one of your meals. That's fine. Just make it work for you. Don't force yourself to have a snack if it's not something that you enjoy doing or something you just can't do. And next up we have Eradicate, and for this one, the reading prompt is to trade a book. Now, for this one, in the TV show, Ash traded his Butterfree for Eradicate in one of the episodes, and then ended up later on trading it back. So I thought it would be fun for you with a friend. You can either physically trade books, and you both read the books and annotate them and send them back to each other, or you can have a friend recommend a book for you to read for this prompt. You recommend one for them, you read the books. And then going along with that, the shiny prompt is to annotate or take notes of the book that you chose for this prompt. So this can either be highlighting or like fully annotating. You could just do tabs, or you could just take notes on the book while you're reading it. Just like write down how you're feeling about things, and however you feel like taking notes, just do that. Next up we have Spearow, and for the reading prompt it is to read a jump scare book. At the beginning of the show, Ash threw a rock at a Pokemon trying to catch it because he was frustrated at Pikachu for not listening or something along those lines, and he thought that it was a Pidgey, but it ended up being a Spearow. So I felt read a jump scare book really worked. This can be a book that has like a shocking cover, a horror book, maybe one that something happened in the book that shocked you, something along those lines. Whatever you think would fit with the jump scare aspect. And as for the shiny prompt, the prompt is to journal. Spearow is known for having a very high-pitched shriek that can be heard like all over, and I felt like making you scream for a prompt probably isn't the best choice. So instead, I decided to let you get your words out with journaling. This doesn't actually have to be like you writing a diary, but if you want it to be, go for it. This can be working on your bullet journal or your reading journal, or even writing a blog post about a book that you read. Just some way to get your feelings out. And then next up we have Fearow, and for this one, the reading prompt is to read a tome, so a book over 500 pages. Spearow is known for having a lot of stamina to fly for a long time. So you're going to put your reading stamina to the test by reading that long book. For this one, I will say graphic novels, anthologies, any of the above count, and it can be a book that you did start before the start of the year, just something over 500 pages. As for the shiny prompt, it is to take a break. Just because Fearow has a ton of stamina doesn't mean that you aren't allowed to take a break. Just take a break from whatever you need a break from. Work, family, screens, the news, reading, whatever you need a break from. Doesn't have to be a long break, just take a break. I'm sorry if you can hear that, my water thing is making a bunch of noise. But next up we have Ekans, and for this one it is to read a book where you can make another word by putting the title backward. That probably doesn't make any sense. Ekans backwards is snake, which I think is just the funniest thing. So you take a book title and put it in, like flip it backwards, and if you can spell a word, then it counts. I have a couple of examples. of like how this can be done. If you flip Obsidio backwards, you can spell the word is, which totally counts. You can do a 2-letter word. I know that this prompt is kind of out there. You did nothing wrong has the word did in it, which backwards is did. And then I Medusa, if you put all the letters together, you can spell Demi. D-E-M-I. And I think that counts as a word as well. And the shiny prompt is to curl up somewhere and read or watch something. Ekans, when it's resting, it likes to curl up in a ball. So you curl up in a ball. And last up, we have Arbok. For this, the reading prompt is to read a book in a series or by an author that has you in a chokehold. Arbok's a snake. Some snakes like to wrap around their prey and squeeze them. So the chokehold felt very fitting. So just an author or a series that you've really been loving lately, read a book from that. And the shiny prompt is to do something you love. Kind of along the same lines of the author or series having you in a chokehold, something you love doing, just do that. And that's that for February's prompts. Next in March, it will be another 12, I believe. All of these prompts will be up on the website shortly after this video, hopefully. I will make graphics for them and put them up on the website as well. Like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the Discord, ask down below, all the things. Let me know if you're participating. Let me know if you're using any of these prompts. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!